Hey guys, I'm Keely. Welcome back to my channel. So it's not a secret that we live in a world where people are putting aside spiritual needs for comfort, for financial gain, for whatever. We're putting aside our spiritual needs, spiritual growth for the secure idea that we are part of a material world. To get ahead in that world, a lot of times we have to lie and we have to cheat and we have to manipulate and we have to forge something to excel us further in this world, right? From that, we build a persona. We build an image as something that we think will sell. Sell doesn't have to, you don't have to take this literally, but that will bring people in, that will excel you to the next position, that will bring you somewhere further than you could have been by using your own qualifications, right? I mean, it's a very, very common thing that people do nowadays to excel them forward, because you have to be better than the next person to be recognized. Who the fuck wants second? If you ain't first, you're last. And then at the end of the night, when you're fucking laying down in bed and you can't stop thinking because your mind is racing, that's the shit that's catching up with you and saying, hey dude, listen to me, like, I'm a person too, like, or I'm a fucking energy too, like, acknowledge me, because who you are is being forgotten. My generation, a lot of my generation, likes to disregard those thoughts and go, oh man, I have racing thoughts. Oh man, I have, I feel, I can't go to sleep. I can't, who I am just needs to kind of pipe the fuck down. That's so fucked up. Those are that is you. So you've got your true self and you've got your image that you put on for other people, right? When you start taking experiences and feelings from your true self, you're obviously feeding the fire to that false self. Whether it's exaggerating a story or not telling something or keeping things secret. And mind you, I'm the exact, this is a lesson that I'm going through right now. I've had to go through this in a monumental way. If you watch one of my older videos or whatever, I talk about it. And exposing yourself is bringing that energy back to who you truly are. Therefore, fueling the fire to, and paving the path to who you are supposed to be. When you are disingenuous about what you feel and what you do and the person that you are in front of everyone, when you are disingenuous about that, you are cutting down your own truth. You are cutting down your own desires. You are putting less of an emphasis on what you know is true and what you want and what you desire, and you're feeding the fire to that false persona. You're feeding the fire to not being worthy. From your perspective, you may be thinking, what the fuck is so special about my story? I'm me, whatever, it's my, whatever. There is something so unique about who you are and where you came from and the perspective you have and your passions and the culture that you came from and what you were conditioned to learn at a young age and maybe have moved from, your literacy, your learning abilities, your teaching abilities. There is something so particularly unique about the way that you are and unique about the way that you present yourself and the way that you inspire other people. I can't do what you can do. I can't tell the story that you can tell. My story is very unique to me because it's my story. I connect myself and put myself on the same lines as a lot of other people in terms of similar things that we've been through, but no one has been through my story. No one has the perspective that I have. So I can connect with some people on a certain level and move people because my story may be unique, but I can't move someone, I can't move everyone. That's what you're here for. That is why you're here, is to bring happiness and bring acceptance and bring love and understanding and compassion through your story. I don't care if you're not preaching like I am right now. I don't care if you don't go around and do humanitarian shit. You have friends, you have family, you have a story to tell, and you have to be honest about it, because no one is going to understand your story unless they feel it from your heart. No one is going to understand or feel who you are as a being if you don't let it out and you don't fucking own up to who you are as a fucking human. You are special because you are the only one who has your fucking story. I don't care if it was a story of abuse. I don't care if it was a story of pleasure and love and, you know, whatever. I think a lot of people don't know the story of Buddha, where he was raised in the comforts of his, you know, of a palace. He was raised where people waited on him hand and foot. This was part of his story. And then he moved and he did the whole, you know, his whole travels and stuff, but he came from a place that people wouldn't want to hear about. Like, no one wants to hear about, like, what kind of fucking stories do you have? That helped him gain his perspective to move into his, you know, his teachings and his prophecy type of, you know, whatever he is, whatever he was, the Buddha. His name wasn't Buddha. He was raised his name was Siddhartha, and he was raised in a palace, and he was waited on hand and foot is the story. No one knows for, you know, whatever. But he was supposed to be waited on hand and foot. Imagine Siddhartha in 2016. Some rich ass, like, white boy that's just, like, sitting in a fucking, like, in some crib in LA. Like, no one wants to hear your story, dude. But that white dude in LA is gonna fucking move on and do some crazy shit, and he's gonna inspire a lot of fucking people because he gained perspective from different things, and he gained perspective from other people. So imagine if the Buddha never had met the people that he had met in the specific stories and the specific influences that he had gotten, he never would have gotten to the place that he would have gotten. If you have problems with speaking who you are, and you have a shyness or an embarrassment about where you came from or what you specifically like or stand for or feel in your heart, if you have a problem with who, you know, expressing who you are, you have to look on the other side of that and say, okay, if I have a problem with that, and if there's an issue with that, there has to be a lesson that comes with that, and there's a reason why I feel like this. And, you know, here's the deal. I used to be super ashamed of my spirituality, my nature of, like, how I was, the fact that I am tough as fuck and still a woman and still gentle and I'm still girly in a way. Like, there were so many things that I was hiding, and I was pretending like I was like a certain way, and, you know, hiding, like, you know, just not saying stuff for the sweetness of being secretive and whatever. And really, honestly, it was just a fucking fake ass, like, there's some fake ass shit. And I found out in myself that because I was so insecure about those things, I knew that the lesson I had to learn and the outcome would be the exact opposite of that. So a lot of what I do now is I communicate. I tell my story, and that's what connects with people, is my story. And I can't connect with everyone, homie. Like, no, not everyone is gonna fucking dig me. That's why you're fucking here. That's why you are here, to make someone else inspired. I don't care if it's a kid. I don't care if it's your family or a friend that you're fucking there for all the time. I don't care what it is. You have a story inside of you that you have to tell. Otherwise, you are not going to feel relieved. You are not going to feel fulfilled. You're not going to feel, you know, honest with yourself. You're not going to, you know, you're feeding into the fake shit. In the new agey, which it isn't new agey, but just so you get an idea, in the new agey world, a lot of, you know, the belief system works on, we're in a perfect universe. We, you know, everything is in its right time. Everything is happening for a reason. We may not know what's going on behind the scenes, but everything is perfect. And if you believe in God, you would think of the same thing, right? If you believe in a God or religions, you would think that everything would be perfect in this world, in this universe, right? Because God would command it. If you don't believe in religion and if you believe in science and you say, well, science is perfect. There is, the laws of science go together like puzzle pieces, right? So everything is perfect in this universe. There's a reason why you're here. There's a reason why your energy is incarnate into your body. There's a reason why you see people and encounter people every single day. There's a reason why you speak and why you have your story. And you can't bring in a truthful, manifesting type of energy if you can't bring yourself to that level, that level of acceptance and love for yourself, because that's all it is. Thank you guys so much for listening to me talk. I love you guys so much. Keep the light on, keep fucking fighting, because you're super tough and you're fucking super special, and there's something so cool about you specifically. Yeah, that's all I've got. If you guys want to contact me, my Instagram, Twitter, and my Etsy, where my shop, my art, all that stuff is down there as well in the description. So I love you guys. Have a beautiful day.